Hi everybody, welcome to Introduction to Business, Business 1000. I'm your instructor, Professor Calloway. I want to welcome you to the classroom, and to some of you, I want to welcome you back to school. This is the first time many of you are returning to school, and this is one of your first classes, and I'm so happy we're going to share this time together. Each week I'm going to put together a video announcement explaining the weekly work, what's expected of you, what we're trying to cover, what we're looking for, some interesting information. I really encourage you to watch all the videos. They'll be very short each week. This one's going to be a little bit longer because there's a lot to cover in our introduction. But each week they're going to be well worth your time. I try to be a good steward of your time and not give you needless information. I don't try to take up time just so you can hear me talk. I really want to make you aware of what is needed and give you all the best information, the best tools I can to make you be successful in the classroom. The first thing I want to point out to you is that your textbook is an e-book. This means it's an electronic book and it's found in the classroom. You're not going to get a hard book in the mail. You're going to be able to hit the ground running. You're going to find this textbook on your home page. Look in the middle of the page towards the bottom and it says textbook. Click on that word. It is a link to your textbook. This is what you'll be using all term, so please do not write to me and say, oh, I'm still waiting on my book, because your book is there. You don't need to wait for it. You get to start immediately. So again, find that quickly. You're going to find announcements in that same area. You're going to find a lot of different links of things that are going to be important for you in the classroom. Find that. Find it now. As soon as we're done with this video, make sure you can pull up your textbook. If you have any issues with pulling up your textbook, you need to call the help desk. Then you need to call your advisor, and then you need to let me know in that order, because these are the ways that you're going to be able to get access to it. The help desk is the most important place to go anytime you have technical difficulties in any of your classes. Instructors, we don't have a lot of the capabilities to go look at what's happening in your class or what might be causing a problem. That's what the help desk is for. Do not be shy. They are there to help you. They are part of your tuition. Call the help desk anytime there's a technical issue in the classroom. That means anything that's going on, accessing things in the classroom, opening things that you think should be open. It's good to let me know what's going on. So if you are struggling or stumbling, I'm aware of it and I'm able to help too. But again, technical issues, like if you can't open your textbook, you need to call the help desk, okay? The first thing I'd like for you to do work-wise after you work through all of your items, you're going to have to view several of them before it lets you into the actual work. This is important because I want you to look at each item individually, especially the video announcements each week, again, to know where we're going. So work through each one and you have to view it, go out, look at the next thing, view it, what are we learning this week, go out, view it, this kind of stuff. Then when you actually start work, the first thing is your introduction. A lot of times people think, oh, this is just busy work. They just want me to do something just so I'm in the classroom. Well, yes, I do want you to do something. I want you to introduce yourself to us. I want to get to know who you are, and you're going to want to get to know your classmates. This is the first step in networking within the school. You're going to be going through a lot of your classes with the same people. That's really cool. You're going to build some relationships. You're going to build some friendships. But the best part is when you graduate and you start to look for a job, you may actually run across people that have been in class with you. This is where you built your network. Oh, I remember we took class together. We had Ms. Calloway. We did this. We did that. There's an instant bond. There's an instant connection. Make those connections now. When you study for certain things, it's good to have those group of cohorts that you're in class with that you can call on, that you can count on. Go, hey, can you help me out with this? I'm not understanding. Or, did Mrs. Calloway say we had to do this? I'm always your first line to ask questions, but it's good to have other people there too. So get to know your classmates. Don't just post your introduction and leave. Read everybody else's. Take a few minutes and see the different people that are in the class. You're going to find you have so much in common with so many of your classmates. And again, you can build those relationships just like if you were in a ground class. With Facebook, with Instagram, all these different things, people really do develop relationships in online classrooms, and I encourage you to do that. So take the time to not only post yours, talk about yourself, let us know who you are, but read your classmates' posts. Respond to them as well. Get to know each other. It's 11 weeks together. We can really do a lot, and the more we work together, the easier our discussions are going to be, because we're going to build a rapport with one another. The next thing that I want to talk about is our discussion post. Each week there's going to be one question that we're as a class going to sit and discuss together. This is similar to if we were in a ground class, we would have me up front going, we're going to talk about this today. What do you think? And everybody's going to get to share their thoughts and opinions. A really good way to do this is, one, read what the question is first thing out of the gate. Every time you open up a classroom on Wednesday, go in there, go, what is my question of the week? Start thinking about it. You have until Friday of each week to post your initial post. So when class opens on Wednesday, each week, the new week starts on Wednesday, by Friday, I want you to have your initial post done. You can post it Wednesday if you know what you want to talk about, but it must be posted by Friday to earn full credit for the initial post. Okay, stay with me here. So with your discussion, you're going to write what you think, write what you read about in your textbook, what you learned in the lecture. Sometimes you may want to go out on the internet and find something else to add to your concept, to your thought. It's 100-word minimum, and let me tell you, at first it's like, holy cow, how am I going to write 100 words? When you get into it and you start to write about your thoughts, you're going to wish you had more than 100 words, and you can write well more than 100 words. Take the time to really build a conversation. This is, like I said, no different than if we were in class just sharing things back and forth. I want you to be aware of your spelling, be aware of your sentence structure, make sure you use capital letters because we are working on business professionalism during the course, but it's not a formal discussion area, meaning I want you to feel free to share your thoughts, but use proper, writing skills, proper, like I said, capitalization, sentence structure, things like that, but free talk, okay? Share your thoughts. Share things you've learned. Share your experiences. This is a place for us all to grow. It's one of the best hubs of learning in the classroom because this is where we interact as a class. This is what I call the heartbeat of the classroom. That's your discussion forum. The other two things that you'll be working on each week, one is a business plan and one is a research assignment. Listen and hear what I'm saying. Your business plan is something you are going to create. This is going to be a company that you're going to work with all term, and you're going to fictitiously create a company. Now, some people really want to open their own company. That's fabulous. This is a great chance to start thinking about that and start the process of planning for your business. Other people have no desire to open their own business, but for the class, this is an assignment. So think of something that you would be interested in opening, and we're going to work on what it takes to write a business plan for that business. Here are some key points. Big, big, big gold stars, red flashing lights right now. The business must earn a profit. You will be having to hire some people during the term, so make sure it's something that is going to require you to have staff, okay? Sometimes people say, well, I want to be a photographer. Well, generally that's a sole business. One person does that. Make this a company where you're going to be hiring people, you're going to have to advertise for positions, you're going to create some of a marketing scheme and all of this. So think a little bit bigger than just something you want to do by yourself, okay? One of the rules is that when we ask for things each week, say, well, my company's not going to have that. That's going to earn 0. Your company has to have all the aspects we ask for, so think outside the box. Maybe you do really want to open up a business as a photography studio, and you're not going to hire anybody else, but for the sake of the class, you need to go ahead and hire a janitor because you need to have somebody that you're going to hire for your company, okay? So hear what I'm saying. It needs to earn a profit. So as much as I love the hearts of so many people that want to open homeless shelters, they want to open animal shelters, these places don't earn a profit. These are considered nonprofit organizations. A business earns a profit. So what I really recommend you do is think about it quickly, what you want to do to open up your business, what you want your business to be. I am willing for you to email me and say, hey, I want to use this as my business. What do you think? I am really quick to turn around and go, this is great, or this is not going to work, and here's why. Can you tweak it? Okay? It's got to be something that's not going to make me or your grandmother blush. I've had students try to bring some pretty wild ideas out for a business, and granted, they may be a business and they may earn a profit, but it's got to be something that I'm going to be willing to read about for 11 weeks, okay? So please honor and respect me. I don't want to see things out there that are just risque, R-rated, crazy things like that, okay? I will deny those. I will not accept those. I want you to do something that, like I said, myself or your grandma's not going to blush when you come up with a business idea. Okay, so email me if you're comfortable to say, hey, is this going to work? Or if you really feel confident that what you have is going to be good, Go ahead and do your work in week 1, but watch the beginning of week 2. I grade those very fast and will let you know if that's going to work or not. If it doesn't work, you're going to have to redo week 1. So go ahead and email me and say, hey, can I do this? But email me early in the week so you have time to actually do your first assignment. Do not email me Tuesday at 10 p.m. when it's due Tuesday at 11:59. I'm not going to have time to answer that. I'm not going to be online at that time. And just because you emailed me and I haven't responded does not get you out of the due date, okay? Make sure you always get your work done by the due date, which is going to be Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. every week this term, okay? We're running from Wednesday to Tuesday. So now let's switch over to the other assignment, which is your research assignment. Now this, I give you a choice of 5 companies to look at. Every term I change the companies because sometimes we do have students that need to take the class again and I do not want you recycling your work. So I need you to look at the 5 companies. I want you to research each company. Just go to their website, read about them, see what they're about, see what interests you. You must use one of those 5 companies. Please do not ask me to use a different company. I will say no. It can only be one of those 5 companies. I understand some of you work for some really great organizations or really great businesses and you want to learn more about them. Super, learn more about them, but you can't use them for this assignment, okay? So please don't ask me. Yes, it happens every term. Yes, I tell people no, pick one of the 5. Now, what I want you to be careful of is if you are very familiar or if you even work for one of these companies, I would suggest you not use that company. Use something different. Learn about a different company. A lot of times students will pick one that they are actually very familiar with and then they do very poorly on their work because they don't research. They use head knowledge. I will know if you're using head knowledge or if you're researching, okay, to answer the questions about the company. Using head knowledge when you're in college is great if you back it up with research when it's a research assignment. Okay, so hear my heart on this. If I were to say Kellogg's is the company and what is their product? Well, they make cornflakes. Kellogg's makes so much more than cornflakes. So I'm going to know if you know head knowledge or if you've actually researched to give me the answer of what the company does. Okay? And one of the best ways to keep yourself from getting in that trap of head knowledge is to pick a company you don't know much about. Okay? It's exciting. You're in school to learn, so learn about something new. Don't learn about something you know because you can't really learn anymore if you know about it, right? Learn something new and expand your horizons. So again, look at the 5 companies. Look at each of them, see what they do. Pick one that interests you because you're going to be in love with that for 11 weeks. You're going to write about that, okay? So jump in there, look at that as well, and start early each week with your work. Work on it all week. Give me time to answer questions if you have some, okay? There's going to be times when you're going, I just can't find information on this company. Always tell me who the company is you're working for. Let me help you in your emails. Be specific. Don't just say, I don't know what you want. Tell me what you don't understand so I can help you. The more time we spend properly when you give me enough details, the faster you can get back to work.